Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you. Um, we're going by Stormwalker, and I'm doing this video to introduce myself to all of you and to begin discourse about the events in our very precious world. And I have been a bit about me so that you understand who's speaking a little. I have done many things through the years, and I was in the military. I'm a disabled veteran. Um, I was a communications expert uh, in the United States Coast Guard, and then years later, Navy. Um, I've met several presidents. I've done a lot of things that I cannot verify because, well, that would be crazy. But, the thing is that I've seen a lot. I've been very vocal over the years with many people, but not so much online because of the different things that go on. And I haven't been very popular that way. I remember the term, the labels that I throwing out there. They throw it like candy, conspiracy theorist. But then all the things happened. It's a theory. When you hear it from the horse's mouth, when you see it with your own two eyes, it's not a theory when you have a lot of the facts in front of you. But, it is what it is. There's a lot of YouTubers now on all sides of the spectrum. There's a lot of people saying a lot of things, a lot of theories based on the facts that they know. And I understand that and I respect that. I'm not here to make a spectacle of people trying. But there's a clear difference between their motivations. And be it YouTubers, be it the politicians themselves, and all the organizations out there. And there's a lot of them. And they come in different names. They have a lot of different, motivations. And when you can determine motivations, you can determine truth quite often. Because you can see why somebody said something or didn't say something. And often you learn a lot from what they didn't say than what they actually say. What they didn't do versus what they did do. What is out there for everybody to see? What isn't? And that goes with all things seeking truth. It's important, especially when it's affecting your life in so many ways. My life's work was helping people. I helped over 4,000 lives before age 22. I was always a go-getter. I've been through a lot. Been on the street. I've been poor. But I've also been around the filthy rich. I've been around the very powerful. I've seen a wide spectrum. People all over the world, different countries. Had people that I knew or spoke to from all sorts of countries. At one point, I believe it was like maybe 8 countries or something like that I didn't have at least some acquaintance that I got to ask questions and discuss things. So that diversity of experience gave me a lot of insight to the various events that has occurred in my life. Studying history, very helpful. And you start to discern how these various issues in current day came about. And it helps you again start to see the twisting of truth and the twisting of and all the various manipulations that occur. But I always seek out motivation. What is their motive? What is it that they're after? What is it that's important to them? And then you can filter out a bit of the propaganda and the bias and all of this. And I hope in this channel to give a voice to people out there and give them food for thought. It's not always about having to be right all the time. It's the pursuit of truth. It is the pursuit of reasonable explanation. And it is also about action. Because having knowledge is one thing. Doing something with it is another. And I feel personally challenged by some that are been active for a while. I've been active, but not as much as I used to be, due to being very poor and, physically injured and hurt really bad. So that makes it difficult. But, I call congressmen, I've voted, and I've taken a stand. And I'm going to try again, and this is my start. I believe that we can, as a people, reach a point in which there is a reasonable fairness. First, fairness is really a lie as a safety. You're never safe, and it's never fair. You weren't born fair. That's a farce. But you can achieve a reasonable amount of it. Reasonable amount of justice. A reasonable amount of all these things. And sensibility. Something that isn't so common, sadly, and we need to go back to that. And I see the pendulum swinging, and I'm grateful for that. And of course, almost the near epileptic seizure of these other people who struggle with change. Struggle with the idea that life isn't fair and never will be fair, and it just isn't. Somebody born with no legs, well, was that all that fair? I don't think so. Born blind, so on, and those are simple examples. But it isn't fair. But relative fairness is achievable. Definitions are important. Set those ahead of time. Therefore, you're hopefully limit some of the twisting of words. You almost have to be a lawyer of a type with the word games that go on, and the definition flipping and all of this. And me and my lady, we have fought the good fight. Here's one of my dogs, Ursula. She's awesome. And I hope also to reveal things in the state that I'm living in right now, which is New Mexico. And see if there's a way to challenge the foolishness that's going on, has been going on. Challenge people's way of thinking. To open the door for as many as possible for this reasonable way of life. And to achieve a relative fairness. But to tell you, pursuit, you have to get off your duff. You have to pursue happiness. It's not a It's not a destination where you get there. It's not handed to you on a platter. Never is. And it's not fair. You have to work. Just like you had to when you were born, you had to fight to breathe. Life's no different. It's not going to get any easier. It's harder. And for those of us whom are strong, we do use our gifts to help others so that they might reach a point where they can help others. But you know, they don't have to. It's reasonable to ask. It is reasonable to set the precedence. But it is still their choice. Selfishness versus selfishness, right? Selflessness versus selfishness. And that is the war we have inside of us, they have inside of them, and that is the world that we live in. It is a choice. Sometimes the choice is easy. I'm a billionaire. I'll throw $100,000 there. Aren't I such a great person? But when you're homeless in the street, and the last dollar you have that you could use to eat, you give to another who gave more. Who gave more? I've been that person. Nothing. Gave whatever I had. And then some. Hard choices versus easy choices. But why? I hope to bring those things out. What kind of person am I? Actions will speak. They have already spoken for those who know. There's not many that do. I've been the anonymous soldier. They didn't know my name that saved them from a burning building, or they didn't know my name when I saved them from their drug addiction, and all the different things that I have done, and some do know. I've gotten a couple emails, thank you for saving our marriage. These kinds of things. And, I didn't do it for a pat in the back. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, you're so special. I did it because it's what I believe in. It's who I am. Is it who you are? Or is it where you want to be?
You got hiccups now?
Where you're at. So, I like the term that's used, biblical. Though I am not a Christian, I am a pagan. No, not a Wiccan. I'm a spiritual person, not a religious one. And yet, there's a lot of truth to be found. Wisdom is proven through her actions. Wisdom is proven when you know how to look. When you're humble enough to look and see as they truly are. The truth is often unpleasant, uncomfortable, challenging, distasteful at times, unbelievable in a certain bubble, a certain perspective, or in Star Trek, a certain point of view. But it's all true. But yet here we are. We're motivated for change because at some level, everyone knows things are really messed up and they're getting worse and they're concerned and they're not sure what to do. And they hear things, and when you've gone years and years of hearing things, that's bad for you, or all the other things, I've just today heard things, boys have periods, disturbing things, and even when staring at the facts, blatant as can be, denial is powerful. It doesn't happen in my existence. In my existence, boys have periods, or something crazy like that. Really. You have to have your center and you have to have your peace. I'm a passionate soul, and I know things affect me, and I'm motivated to do something. What is it? I ask myself often, what is it that I can do? And you hopefully will ask the same thing. What can I do to make positive change? And what will I need to change in myself to get there? What will I need to do? I hope that I can make a difference again. I hope that together we can make this world a much more reasonable place to be. And what will it take? Scary, since I'm pretty sure I know what it'll take, and we got to start somewhere. So today, I start. Today, I share my life with you, my thoughts, my reflections, based on the knowledges and the experiences that I have. And there will be some that won't like the fact that I'm doing this, and that's okay. There's a lot of things unpleasant in life. Many things. So thank you for those who might watch this video. Thank you. I hope together we can do this. For this is our year. Stormwalker signing out.